Hey there, fourth graders. Today is our last of our new lessons that we are teaching you for the rest of our school year. We are on Unit 7, Lesson 9, page 252 in your math workbook to 253. So our goal today is we're going to figure out rules and identify different patterns for our numbers. And so please open with me in your math journals to page 252. Okay, so the first thing is, what are rectangular numbers, okay? Because it says draw the next three rectangular numbers. Rectangular numbers are numbers that can be represented by a rectangular array. In each successive rectangular number, the number of rows and columns increases by 1. So, for example, their first one by 2, so there's 2 over. And then the next time they add a row and they add over another column. So we're going to look at the picture they give us. Okay, so it started with those 2, and then it went from 2 to now they added 1, 2, 3 columns over. But the rows, they added an additional row on top. So if you think about it, because this is 1 times 2, 1 right, of 2. And then the next one is 2 times 3, because 2 rows times 3 columns. So this answer on the first one, the 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. So now we'll go for our next rule over. I'm going to give us a little bit more room. This one is 3 times 4. So every single number is increasing. We've got our 3 rows going up and then our 4 columns going over. So 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, our next one, if we're following that pattern, should be 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. So I'd like you to pause this video and draw the next 3 rectangular numbers. I only did the next 2 because I don't have enough room here. But if we follow this pattern increasing by 1 in our rows and columns, it would be 5 times 6, which is 30. And then 6 times 7 is 42. The next one that you should have drawn would be 7 times 8, and that is 56. Now we are ready to look at our number 2. So it says complete the list of the first 10 rectangular numbers. So rectangular number are these ones up here. So our first one is 2. So it gives us the 2, 6, 12. So we got 2, 6, 12, 20, 30, 42, 56. And then now you need to come up with the last one. So it says, how did you get these answers? So we keep counting and we keep multiplying. So in our space below, I'm going to work that out. So 7 times 8 is 56. Then you'll need to figure out 8 times 9 and 9 times 10 to finish those last 2. And then explain how you got that. So please pause and figure that out. Okay, so 56, 72, 90. Oh, we need one more. I missed one more. So 10 times 11, pause the video, figure that one out, is 110. So all of these are our answers to question number 2. 56, 72, 90, and then the 110. Okay, so now for number 3, we are going to, it says continue the pattern. So 2 equals 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 plus 4 plus 6 is 12. 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus blank is 20. So see if you can figure out the pattern, pause the video, and unpause when you're done. Okay, you've unpaused here. So 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 is 20. The next one, we're going to add the 10, which is 30. The last one, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12. If you're thinking, oh my, how am I going to add all that? Well, the only thing new that we're adding is the plus 12. So you just think 30 plus 12 is 42, and you don't have to add all that anymore. So next, describe the pattern, pause the video, and then move on. So we've got to describe the pattern it looks like. And then we need to do part C, says what pattern did you notice about adding, about the numbers or add-ins and the rectangular numbers. So you're going to describe that. So how did this pattern compare to the other pattern that we already did? That's basically what that's meaning. And the last one, describe a similar pattern with square numbers. So numbers that if you were going to draw, so this is, we're talking now about part B here. So a square number would be like 1 and 1 is a square number. So then how we're going to make that even more of a square number, then you go 2 and 2. And then you have 3 and 3. So what they're wanting, okay, so for D, I erased and I started over. What it was wanting is you could come up with a pattern. So for example, if you want to use this one, you may 1 equals 1. 1 plus 3 equals 4. So now instead of using even numbers, I'm using our odd numbers. So then you go 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. Then what's the next odd number? And then that would be following that pattern. So you could describe how that's similar to the one above, and you're welcome to use this one for D as well. Please pause, finish filling that in, and then turn in your math journal to page 252 with me, please. Okay, so it says try this. Triangular numbers are different now than the rectangular numbers. Are numbers that are a sum of consecutive counting numbers. For example, the triangular number is 3. Is the sum of 1 and 2. And the triangular number 6 is the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3. So if we're looking down here at their example, okay, so this is 1, and then you go 1 plus 2 on those rows, because the bottom row there's 2 and the top is 1. So then you'd have 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay, so that's 6. So if you think about it, draw your dots. Unfortunately, with my pen, it won't, my stylus, it won't let me draw my dots like you have. So it should be 1 in this one here. It should be a 1, a row of 2, a row of 3, and then it's building, so a row of 4. So if we add 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 plus 1 is 10. Okay, now continue, try this circle here, following that same pattern. Pause and unpause when you're done. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our pyramid should have 5 now, or our triangle. So all I need to do is add 5 to my answer from before, and that's 15. Okay, so now we're down below at the rectangular arrays. We have a row of 2, and then we go up 2 over 3, up 3 over 4 to get a 12. And so now we go up 4 over 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, now we're on 5 times 6 is 30. So now what patterns do you notice between the triangular numbers and the rectangular numbers? You'll answer that on part B there. You'll write that out. Okay, this next one, number 4, C, if the 20th rectangular number is 420, what is the 20th triangular number? Okay, so try that, see if you can figure that out, and then unpause when you're done. Okay, so the trick for part C here, it says, I know I'm going back to part A, but we're going to use that to help us. Something that we notice is no matter what we have as our rectangular array number, okay, our triangular number is half of that. So for example, half of 2 is 1. Half of 6 is 3. So if we did 2 divided by, or like 6 divided by 2 is 3, okay? Then you'd go half of 12 is 6. Half of 20 is 10. So just dividing by 2, 30 divided by 2 is 15. So when we look at this number and they give us the answer is 420 for a rectangular number, well, how we would know for the 20th number, even though that's scary sounding, okay, 420 divided by 2. Well, 2 can go into 4 how many times? It can go into there twice. 2 can go into 2 how many times? So 4 minus 4 is 0. 2 can go into 2 one time, which is a 2 again. So 2 can go into 20 10 times. So our answer is 210. So now it says part B, draw an array to show a rectangular number divided by 20. Divide the array, the rectangular number 20. Divide the array with a line to show that connection between rectangular and triangle numbers. So what I've done is I've gone to a new page here, and I know this picture that I'm using isn't the best, but we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't need this last line. I'm going to try to, wonder if I can. I'm just going to draw you my own new picture. So make your array, let's say a 5 by 4, please, and then unpause when you're done. And maybe you did dots, but that's okay. My stylus doesn't let me. So I did 5 times 4, doesn't connect that one little tiny point. And so then I just said divide that in half to show that connection. So what I would do is I would just divide it in half. So if I had to, I'm going to start and include this one over here. That means I'm going to exclude that one on that side because you can't really divide a whole dot. So each one then should have 10. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to include all of this one, 5. My line didn't work out too well when I used boxes. You can't see it as good, but there you go. So we've got 10 and 10, and they both look like triangles. So isn't that great? So that concludes our lesson today on pattern and recognizing patterns. So nice job. Thanks for following along, and I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.